Today is November the 25th, 2016, and I'm standing here looking at the abortion center in Ottawa, Ontario, where over 100,000 abortions are done a year in Canada. And I'm about to go and visit with a friend of mine. First name is Paul, who comes by here very often to protest abortion in Canada. Good morning, Paul.
Good morning.
How are we doing today?
Very good. The weather's a little milder, so it's pretty good.
Okay.
A little wet, but other than that,
You're good, eh?
yeah.
Okay, I wanted to interview you on your ministry here. You've been doing this for many years, eh? Could you tell us a bit how long and why you're doing this?
27 years ago today, I was living in North Bay. I used to drive around and I used to do the countryside. And one day I went by a little church in a town called Charron. And in front of that church there was a sign that read exactly what my sign reads. And it was signed by Mother Teresa of Calcutta. And it impressed me. And I said, that's a good question. So I went home and had one made up. It was the same words. And ever since then, from Monday to Friday, I walk in front of the clinic with this sign. I starting in North Bay, and eventually we moved to Ottawa. And so I've been doing it since we're here in the year 2000. So that's the reason I'm doing it. I thought abortion is killing a little child in a mother's womb. That's not right. I had retired from my work, so I had time on my hands, and I heard that there was a group of people in North Bay that were picketing the hospital. So I thought that might be a good way for me to get started. So I joined with them, and that's how it all started. And when I was in North Bay, there were 2 abortionists in North Bay, and I was picketing their homes individually, and picketing the abortion center in North Bay. It was actually a doctor's office. That's where they did the abortion. And eventually we moved to Ottawa here, and so I wanted to do the same thing. I knew that they were doing abortions at the hospital in Gatineau, and that's where we moved to. So I started picketing the hospital there, but eventually some people joined up with me, and first thing we know, they went after us to prevent us from being there, so they obtained an injunction which prevents us from being within 500 feet of the clinic. So that's the time, so that injunction didn't force me, but brought me around to take the decision to come and do it here, because I knew that there was a Morgentaler clinic here. And so that's what I've been doing. Monday to Friday, I do an hour. I'm 90 years old, so my legs are not as good as they used to be. So after 1 hour, that does it for me. Yeah. So that's the extent of what I'm doing.
Would you have a word for anybody who's in the pro-life movement? Would you have a word of encouragement or a word of wisdom for them based on your life experience?
Well, I think anyone who wants to do this will find satisfaction. And I find that it's almost the most important thing in my day to do this 1 hour here. It's so important, because we're talking about eternity here, aren't we? We want to make it to heaven. And so the way to do that is to do God's will. And I feel that this is what God wants me to do. So that's what motivates me, and that's what impels me to do it.
Beautiful. Thank you very much, Paul. And
you're very welcome.
Thanks for sharing.
You're very welcome. Thank you.